what you want to do is,
I don't know what I'm doing.
what you want to do is, I'm not worried about my drawing right now. I just want to demonstrate this to you guys, but I will draw in this line for 1/3 of the way so that I kind of know where I'm going. And I'm going to have some kind of a misty background here and something smaller over here. And then there's a background mountain that you can kind of see, but not too defined. Okay, so I've got a foreground right here, and this is a bit bigger than the water, okay? And shaped a bit differently. And over here it's narrow. So you need different sizes, right? Okay, so that you don't have stripes. Now this here is the same size, so I'm troubleshooting right now. See that?
Mm-hmm.
So it's not really defined though. Do you notice that? It's not really defined. It's just a very faint background. It could even be clouds. So I won't worry too much. Okay? And then I'm actually going to do this as if there's a rock here and maybe some twigs around it. Okay, so color. This color here, the opposite on the color wheel.
Move your chair back.
You want to have, I chose from the warm yellowy tones in here somewhere, and I chose these so that they're complementary. Okay, so it's actually a complementary painting, complementary color scheme. Okay, so the first thing is I'm not going wet on wet today. You guys all know I did wet on wet for a couple weeks, right? So I am just giving a little squirt to the sky.
That's what I didn't do.
Okay, so I'm not
What was
painting the whole sky like a roller for painting walls. I'm using the side of this square flat brush, and notice these irregular smudgy shapes and how I'm getting lighter as I go to the bottom. And there's a few ragged edges, see that? Okay, now I might smooth, I have to sit down actually, okay, that's kind of like hard on the neck. But I'm carrying the yellow all the way across the little background mountains even. And maybe just a speck, notice how light it is? There's that creamy paper, right?
Yep.
And go back in my raw sienna. And I'm gonna have some there, so I kind of know my way. Now, gotta be careful in the sky that I don't let too many edges dry, right? And right here, I want it kind of white. So I'm gonna soften those edges. Now I'm really cleaning my brush, okay? But I want a little bit of balance. So let's go to the other side. Drag some over that mountain. May not be completely real, folks, but you know me by now. The less real, the better. Now I touch that with water. I think I'm gonna get rid of that loose edge there. Charlie.
It's okay.
Okay, so a little bit too much brushing, but it really doesn't matter for this stuff. Okay, so let's just do as if there's a little bit of land or something in there. You know how you get that weaving, right? Like if it's an inlet and it's not, you know, you get little jut outs. And this is raw sienna. It's going to dry considerably lighter. And it's very soft. It's not an in-your-face yellow. You guys notice that? It's really, it's quiet.
It's almost like yellow ochre,
And
eh?
yeah, actually it's almost like a twin, only yellow ochre is opaque, less likely to give you good mixing, right? You get more easy to get mud. So now, if you're driving along and you're headed to Chilliwack and you look at the clouds, you're going to see this color exactly up there. Like I've seen every cloud possible combination, and you see this raw sienna is such a beautiful, because I'm driving home at the golden hour, right? And it's just gorgeous. You see this beautiful raw sienna in your clouds. I don't know what else to say about that. Okay, so you could pause because this has to dry.